We're in good shape. Okay, so we are in the romantic history of Islam. The Khulafa Rashidin. Who are the Khulafa Rashidin? What's that in English? Right-guided caliphs, four Orthodox Sunni caliphs. Most Sunnis think they are the caliphs, but the Shiites don't agree that those are the caliphs. Someone said, when did the split between Sunnism and Shiism begin? Right from the start, right from the death of the Prophet. It didn't crystallize and coalesce into the form we finally have it, but that's when it began, over the issue of succession to the Prophet. All recognized the Prophet, but not all recognized who succeeded him, who the legitimate heir was, who the legitimate successor should be, and those who did succeed were not considered by everyone to be legitimately recognized. Abu Bakr, because of the favored position of his daughter Aisha. Omar, objected strenuously to by the partisans of Ali. Uthman, considered corrupt by those who objected to him and his ties to the previous Meccan aristocracy. Ali, well, everyone supported Ali except his enemies, who we seem to have had a legion of. And so we heard that Ali was ultimately assassinated by a Hariji, a disaffected Hariji in his own camp, after he had agreed to arbitration with the Umayyads over the issue of the bloody shirt of Uthman. The bloody shirt of Uthman, Muawiyah's claim in the Damascus Umayyad Mosque, which was his center of political activity, to ask for, maybe really or not, justice for those who had assassinated his kinsman, Uthman being a kinsman of Muawiyah. Now, after Ali was assassinated, as we said, Muawiyah's forces proclaimed him caliph, and we had a very successful caliphate, good or bad. And that is the Arab caliphate, the Umayyad caliphate in Damascus, the first strong representative of which was Muawiyah. He went on from 660 to 680. After he died, his son Yazid thought to take over. Yazid only outlived his father by 3 years. He died in 683. And there were no successors after that. So someone who was a relative of theirs in the configuration of forces was really Yazid's Secretary of State anyway. His name was Marwan. He was a cousin, and he was in the government. He succeeded to the control of things. I don't know if he actually became caliph or not, but the sons of Marwan became the heirs of the Umayyad Caliphate. And 4 sons of Marwan became caliphs, one after the other, on up through the conquest of Spain. The most famous son of Marwan was Abdul Malik, but there was also Al-Walid, under whom the conquest of Spain was undertaken, so on. So these were actually known as, under the Umayyad rubric, Marwanids. Now I told you, when Yazid became caliph in 680, Yazid, named after Muawiyah's fallen brother in the original campaigns north under Khalid ibn al-Walid, in which Muawiyah was a standard bearer for his brother, as a young man in the army. Obviously, he named his son for the fallen brother. Yazid didn't last long, but at Yazid's takeover, the Ali contingent in Medina felt it was the right time to make further Alid claims for the succession, because Ali had been badly done by and, in fact, assassinated. Ali was not assassinated by a Umayyad, a representative or a sympathizer. They had caused a lot of the trouble. They caused the upset. They actually undermined Ali's reign as caliph from 656 to 661. But the assassination was a disenchanted person within Ali's own camp, a Haraji. And what did we say? It doesn't mean a horrible, but a Haraji. What's a Haraji? What did we say, a Haraji? What's the Arabic root of that? What's it come from? You Arabic-speaking people, Haraja, what's that mean? In Arabic? You know. You don't speak Arabic? Who speaks Arabic in this contingent of believers that we have in the class? Who's in Arabic? You read it, who speaks it? Only me? And I speak a terrible Arabic. What's haraja mean? Haraja. What's that verb? To go out. Right. Yeah, good. Leave. Go out. That's right. Thank you. What's to come in? Huh? Yeah. So haraja means to go out. The Harajis went out. Who did they go out from? Ali's camp. Why did they go out? Because they disagreed with his decision to negotiate with Amr ibn al-As and Muawiyah over the situation from emanating out of the Battle of Siffin, where the Muawiyah camp put Korans on their lances, right? So all that you should recall from what we did last time and the time before. So the Harajis, Ali made war against them. The Harajis felt it was permissible to make war on fellow Muslims. That was fairly unheard of at that point. And the reason it was permissible to make a war on fellow Muslims, because a fellow Muslim was no longer a Muslim when he did things that were against the command of God. It's a very convenient definition. He had apostated himself. To be an apostate in English, apostasy means to leave something in a sect.